author of The Likability Trap, How to Break Free and Succeed as You Are. I want to start with you, Alicia, because I think your book speaks to so much that is relevant in this conversation about the potential vice presidential pick and how we are assessing whether or not she's up to the job, whether or not she's good for the job, and too often we get distracted in the likability conversation. So how can we shift away from whether or not the women on the list smile enough or are having enough humility or are too ambitious to, I don't know, dare get a promotion from the Senate to vice president?
As opposed to all of those unambitious men who have been vice president before her. And you know this problem so well. As I love to say, too warm, too cold, like a bowl of porridge. A woman, it seems, is never quite right. When a woman acts the way we expect a leader to act, when she is assertive, when she is dominant, she immediately gets dinged and called less likable. When she acts the way we expect a woman to act, when she's warm, when she thinks about the group, people might like her, but they don't see her as a leader. And the reason we're talking about this is not because these words hurt these women. These women are tough. They have heard much worse than this before. It's about the fact that it corrupts the process. That we know that voters will vote for a male candidate they don't like so long as they believe that he is competent. But women candidates need to clear both hurdles. They need to prove that they are competent, and they have to prove that they are likable. But then we complicate that because the more they prove their own competence, the less we as a society like them. So to your question, how do you actually grapple with that? A lot of that comes down to the media, right? Some of it is about us, the way we talk about these candidates, but some of it's also about what happens around kitchen tables, with your family, with your friends. It's about the fact that when someone defaults to this, I don't know, I don't like her, I'm not sure, but ask why. And ask why and how it actually relates to her record, right? Where do the things that you feel about her show up in her legislative history or in her governing record?
Yeah, it feels like a lot of the reaction when people have a level of discomfort with a woman seeking a position of power, it's sort of phrased like, I don't know what it is, but I just don't like her. And then they do this sort of like scrunch face, like, I don't know what it is. And I'm like, I know what it is. I raise my hand. I'm saying, I know what it is. Dr. Greer, I want to go to you because there's another layer to this conversation as well, because the list is not just women. It's women of color and specifically Black women who have risen to the top of the list. And I think that they face.
I think, having Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren next to each other will really highlight, because for me, as again, I'm not the political analyst here, but just as a woman, probably considered a somewhat moderate Democrat, Bernie Sanders makes my skin crawl, and I can't even identify for you what exactly it is, but I see him as sort of a not pro-woman candidate. And so having the two of them there, like, I don't understand young women who support him. And I'm hoping that having him next to her will help highlight that, because those are the people that if I were her, I would want to say, well, why are you supporting him and not me if you're going to choose between the two of us?